Right, guys, thank you so much for bearing with me through yesterday's video. It was kind of like, I don't know, a slow car crash, wasn't it, really? It wasn't great. But today I feel a bit more, I don't know, a bit more like it. And there's no wallpapering going on that I have to stop and keep hanging a strip of wallpaper and coming back. We're all right. We're doing okay. I've even got my craft room door shut, so we shouldn't hear any noises going on. So this is what we got done anyway. We got part of the first signature done. And so we're just going to carry on really. I want to finish this section first before we move on. So I've cut out some pieces of paper, etc. just to facilitate that. This is the front of this signature. Don't forget, it's not your journal cover. It's not the overall journal cover. It's just this signature. I've got a bit of white stuck on that. I don't know what you... That's it. So I've used another of the cutter parts for my little journaling card. And I put a cardinal on it. And I think it just looks gorgeous. I love it. So I've backed it with the cream paper that I'm using, which needs stenciling. Then this is the card. I love this paper, it's my favourite. This is the card that goes in here. I'll give you the measurements for that. Looks really nice. It measures a touch over 7 by, what's that, 5 1/4. And I've backed it and I've rounded those corners. That just needs stenciling as well. So let's do that then first. Let's do something first and then we can, so that's that way up. This is that way up. Let's get my stencils out. And my bundled sage. Seem to have a lot less room here. This video should be better. We've changed everything. We've changed the computer, we've changed the operating system, we've changed everything you can think of to change. And so hopefully this is going to be a better quality than the last couple really that I've put out. I'm very sorry about that. I really am. But you know, it's the way it goes in the land of YouTube. So I just want a little bit up there. Like that's fine, and then a little bit down here. But Mr. F has been very busily working on it this morning, so that's fine. That needs no more than that. And then this one, I might go for the poinsettias. Something different. Just a little bit of something up in that corner. A little bit of something, a little bit of something, something down here. Yeah, so I'm sorry I've been absent for so long, but honestly, who knew moving house was such a trauma? Not me, otherwise I'd never have put my name forward to move house. No way. Honestly, for me, it's been like pure hell. I've hated every minute of it. I think I will round those corners off, but just on the very smallest one. Just take the absolute point off. Just look a little bit square. There we go, right. So let's put those in their places and then we know they're finished. So that goes into there like that. Lovely. And then this one does have a direction because those words are in a certain way. So we'll get those right. That goes into there like that. Marvellous. Right. Let's move along to the back of this. To this page and this page. Right, so this page has got a belly band on it, and this belly band measures 2 1/4 across by 8 inches tall, so it should fit on there okay. I'm just going to stick that in place just like that. Just easy peasy. I haven't used my glue this morning, so we'll see. Oh yeah, it wants to cooperate. It's coming round. Just had a big shock in the move, that's all. As did we all. Catkin still hasn't recovered from it. We haven't let him out yet. I would have thought about 2 weeks and then we could let him out. But actually when I looked on the Cat Protection League, they said 5 to 6 weeks before you let them out. So my guess is it'll be somewhere in between. He's beginning to get the lie of the house right now. I mean, for ages. Yeah, that's straight. For ages, he found a hidey hole in the living room and he just stayed there. He just literally stayed there. Right, that's lovely. Now I want to make an envelope to go in it. And I'm going to use my envelope punch board. You can make any sort of envelope you like. I just have a punch board and I quite like making envelopes, to be honest with you. So this one I'm going to make to measure 3.5 by 6.5. And it tells me I need an 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 piece of paper. So, and I start off at 3 1/8. So these measurements here, the first one tells you to start off at 3 1/8. So you get it lined up there, exactly on your 3 1/8. That's going to become annoying, isn't it? Maybe I should take it off. Put it over there. 3 1/8. So that's that. Make sure you've got it pushed right up to the top. Punch your hole and then follow down. You'll find a groove and just go along that line. There we are. Then you turn it at 90 degrees. Line up that line you've just scored exactly with this little pointer here. Make sure it's pushed right to the top. Punch your hole. Oh, that can't be right. I've gone off the straight and narrow somewhere. There we are. And using that line again with your pointer, push it right up to the top, punch, then I can just see the end of that line there, so let's come in. Oh, that's not right. That's right. It's a bit tricky actually when you can't see, but it's doable. And line that one up, push it up to the top, punch it out, and then this line I can see. So there we are. So that should be our envelope. We put that away, out of my way. Put the little bits that it punched out in the bin. Okay, so all that you do now is crease on those lines that you scored, and you will see before your very eyes that an envelope appears. It's magical. Okay, so I don't want this at the back to be going all the way up there. Don't like it, don't need it. I need a pencil. Here we go. So where these two lines cross, I'm just going to make a little mark there, and the same here where they cross. And I'm going to get my little trimmer out and trim that off. So I'm going to put that in my trimmer, line up those two lines with the edge of your trimmer and slice it off, and we don't need that. And let's see about so that's going to be the back. That looks lovely now. But the top, it's the bottom should I say. So the top, it's also a little bit on the long side. I don't like it that long, but I want it to come down to maybe about there. So let's just draw a line there. That's where I want it to come to. and I'm going to put that in my trimmer. I need my bigger trimmer actually, that one's just not quite big enough. Come on. So line that up with the edge of your blade, and then you'll see that this score line that you scored in, it's actually at, what is it at? 2 3/8, something like that. Wherever it is there, that's where you want it here. And then just slice that off. So you've squared it off because you made sure that that score line is straight. So that's the bottom, isn't it? And that's the top. So there we have it. There's our envelope. Right, now to stick it together, it's easy. You just, on the outside, don't I? Yes. You just, on the inside flaps, just go around the edge like that. Then on the back flap, you go around the edge again. Then on this one, round the edge, and this one on this side, the right side of it, go around the edge. There we go. And then hold your two together down there, press that over, and then give it a good press down. And there's your envelope, just like that. So envelope punch boards, oh, I love them. I love them. I could make envelopes all day long. They're really good. I really love using them. So that's that. That folds over. There's our envelope. It's going to tuck behind our belly band, but I just want something to put into it. So I just got some cream. It's just copy paper. It just happens to be cream, not white. Which I like. So just a couple of sheets of that, and I'm just going to cut it off so it'll go into there. So let's trim that off there. I've actually got a great big iMac sitting by the side of me, and when I look up, I look ginormous. I probably am ginormous actually, because you know, in real life, I mean, because we certainly have not adhered to any diet whilst we've been moving. It's been more like catch whatever food you can as you pass. So, and I've got to go and see the dietitian again in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks today, I think it is. And she isn't going to be impressed, is she? But, oh well. Can only do what you can do. So I'm holding that there, and I'm just going to fold that over like that. And then fold it over like that. And just check that that's going to fit in. Yeah, pretty perfectly. So I'll fold that over, and then I just need to trim this little bit off the side. Which is about there. Lovely, so we've got 2 nice sheets of journaling paper in there. So they can go in there like that. Lovely, they just fit perfectly, which is as they should. They were custom made. So it's going to go onto this belly band like that, and it's going to be paper clipped in place, but it's just a little plain. So what I've done is I've taken one of my bows and I'm just going to glue that on there, and I think that's absolutely fine. I really like it. So let's glue the bow on first. I'll just use my collar. I don't need a lot of it. I just need it to go to the ends of the points. Otherwise they start to stick up in there. It's just so annoying. So hopefully that's okay there. I'm going to put it like that, I think. There we are. Just breaks up that plainness of all stripes everywhere. So I guess I need to find a paper clip to hold that in place. So bear with, be back in a sec. Right, I found one. It's just a plain ordinary one. If I come across Tim Holtz ones or something, I'll add that, but for the time this will be grand. So it wants to go under the belly band and onto the, I think I might have opened that a little bit too much. Oh no, oh my goodness. I've probably wrecked that, but never mind. Oh no, might do the job, yes. So that's on there, so that's grand. Right, now then. Was there anything else I wanted to do to that? I don't think so. I think that is complete. Okay, so we'll move on to this middle section. This section here. And for that I'm going to use my burgundy card, which will go really nicely with these stripes actually, because they are a real burgundy colour. And I want to cut a bit off, but due to moving computers and absolutely everything else, the corners of my burgundy card have suffered. So I'm just going to straighten that off there. I am going to keep that because it comes in handy for little labels and tags and stuff. But let's see where we need to trim this to. So I want it virtually the full width. Let's just see where that line is. It's hard to see on this stripy stuff. There, right, so I want it from about there to about there. So I don't want it taking up the entire back thing, but almost. So about there. So let's trim that out. I think this is going to be good fun, you know, because it's like however many we decide to do, 4, 6, however many. They're each sort of individual projects, aren't they? And if you wanted to stop at just one, you could. You've got a nice little folio. Right, so that's going to fit in there. Yes, beautifully, lovely. Now then, what I want is my ginger journals doodahs, and I want one that I can put on, it's going to be a pocket, so I want one that I can put on the pocket. That's nice, isn't it? Santa, no. That's quite nice. Not my stockings, I'm saving them for something else. Not a wreath, I don't want a wreath. No. No, don't want a tea party. That's nice. Very nice. They are nice, very nice. You'll be sick of the sight of me going through these. So which way do they go? That way doesn't look right. It's got to be that way. Yeah, I like them, but no. Not a wreath. Baubles. They're quite nice. No, no. Ooh, that's nice. Right, let's just go through the possibilities then, the ones that we've marked to one side. That is gorgeous, I love it. No. No. And no. So it's one of these two. We've narrowed it. That one or that one. I think that one. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no, I think that one. That's great. Let's pop all these away. I think I need to print myself out another set of those actually. So that's going to go there like that. Oh, someone at the door with a parcel. What can it be? I don't know. I'm going to have to pause and go and find out. Oh, well, that was distinctly boring. It was a USB hub for the computer that we did have here yesterday. But now we don't need it, so I can go back to Amazon. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that down and it'll all become apparent. It will all unfold before your very eyes. So let's stick this down first. Oh, I know. I had a thought there, but it was wrong, as are so many of my thoughts. I can't wait for the day where I can sit and craft and not think, oh, I should be cleaning or doing or sorting or that, you know. Those of you that have moved house will understand, I'm sure. Especially if you're a crafter and you've got like way too much crafting stuff. Right, so there's a bit extra glue on there. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So right way up, fairly central, up a couple of inches from the bottom. Say that's looking all right there. Let's get my towel. Pick up any bits of glue that I can. Colour's great for just rolling off where you don't want it to be. Lovely, right, so it has got little bits of glue here and about. I can't remember if my glue rubber is back in the drawer. Oh my goodness. Oh, it is in the drawer. So I'm just going to rub those bits of glue off out the way. Okay, that bit doesn't bother me, and you'll see it doesn't bother me. It's bothering me now, so I'm going to take it off. There we go. Right, so now what I'm going to do is decide how high I actually want the pocket. And I want it about halfway up this. So about there. I'm just going to get, have I got a little quilt? I've got a little quilting roller out. Fabulous. So I'm going to get this and see where that line is and measure it to the bottom. And it actually, let me just move that from behind because it's making my eyes go funny. It's actually 3 7/8. Pretty weird number, but that's what it is. And I'm going to draw a line along there and along here, and then we are going to fussy cut the top part of this out, leaving the bottom part for a pocket. So I'm just going to cut underneath that pencil line, and then I'm going to fussy cut all the way around here, which is why the fact that it had glue on it doesn't really matter. So I'll spare you that, I'll see you in a sec. Right, so there we are. Like that. So we've still got a little bit of the burgundy to preserve, and there's our pocket. So that's going to go on just up a little bit from the bottom so you can see that stripy. Maybe a touch it over to that side. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. This bit needs a bit of something, but I'm not sure what, so I'll leave it until I am sure what it needs. So just stick it down the 3 sides. I don't know why I was quite excited about the Amazon man coming, because I know Amazon lady it is actually, because I know I haven't ordered anything, so it can't really be anything, can it? There we go. So let's stick this on about there. Maybe, oh, it's stuck. Maybe exactly where it is then. Lovely. Got a bit of glue on my finger. Fabulous. And that glue doesn't want to come off quite so easily. And there we are, it's not bad at all. Right, so now we need a journaling card to go in the back, and I've selected this green spotty dotty. Goes nicely with that. I mean, it's part of the kit, so of course it goes. That goes that way, in case we need to use that for something else. So I'm just going to mark this a good 1/4 inch in from both sides. So I'll trim that and then we'll see about the height. So that measures touch over 5. I think that'll be all right. So let's just check. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's it at the bottom. So we need to cut it off about there. Yeah, that's lovely. So that measures 7 inches exactly. So that's going to go there, but before it does, it needs to be backed and stenciled. So backing paper, what have I got? This piece is big enough, excellent. Will it go that way? Yeah, still leave me a little bit. It's a shame always, isn't it, with double-sided paper, that you have to cover one side up. You just, you know, you've got to choose one side or the other. That's why very often, at least this is my excuse, when I'm ordering double-sided paper, especially like this when there's only one of each sheet, I'll order two pads, and then, I don't know, it doesn't feel quite so agony. So get that right into the corner. That'll save us 2 sides to cut. There we go. Lovely. Scissors, scissors, where are you? Okay. Seriously, where are you? Oh, come on. Oh, there's drilling and such like and so on going on through the house. Oh no. Oh my goodness. If we could just get one room sorted, you know, really sorted, then I think I'd feel better a bit about things. But, and actually after the bookcases go in today, well, we've lost the things, you know, the things that go down the side that keep the shelves, that you sit the shelves onto, we've lost them temporarily. They could be anywhere, so we can't put all the books on the shelf that need, so it goes on, it's a torturous thing. So I'm going to cut the corners of this off on the largest one, largest setting, just 10 mils. There we go. And then I need to stencil on the back. Let's find something different. Oh, I've got my Christmas sweater on. Let's do that. So with my bundled sage, little bit there. A little bit there, that's perfect. Let's put that back on the pile, otherwise it'll never be seen again. Right, so that's that. Oh no, not quite. We need to stick another, it's going to look nice, but we need to stick another one of these on here. And I'm thinking, I've got the feeling I want to use the skiing shoes, boots things, wherever they ended up. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to have to print out another set of these because I'm whistling through them. There they are. I think they would look really nice on there. In my mind's eye anyway. So let's stick that onto there, put that where it belongs, and then we can start on the sort of second side if you like. So it's going to be a bit more careful with this collar this time. I want it to stick, but I can do without that ooziness. Okay, so on this towards the bottom, fairly central, a bit like that really, I think, a bit more over that way maybe, yeah, looks nice. So there's quite a bit of journaling going on in this one section. Because, you know, like I say, I think at Christmas you've got a lot to write down. Lists, to-do lists, recipes, you name it. There's all sorts of things. People to send invitations to. People not to send invitations to. So that just fits into there snugly like that. And there's our, that's that page done. As I say, this needs something. I'm just not sure what that is yet. And this also needs something. It needs one of our little red dots So I'm just going to put some glue in the middle there. And I don't want a large one, I probably want a large one. Pop that there. Just dress it up a little bit, doesn't it? There we go. Lovely, so that's that. Right, so I'm happy with everything so far. So now we move on to this part. Right, so onto this part, and first thing I need is this sheet with all the baubles on it. I don't know which way up. I don't know which way is up. That way, I think. And this is going to go in behind there and make this a flippy floppy pocket. So I need it to be from the seam, the crease to the edge of there, which should, I reckon, be 6 inches. Be helpful if I had it that way. Yeah, it is 6 inches. Now, I don't want it to go right into the crease because it'll interfere with it. So I want it to be slightly less than 6. But we know we need it 8 inches tall first. So let's cut it off at 8 inches first and foremost. Get my leg out. Not my personal leg. Right, 8 inches, which is there. Make sure it's pressed down. Lovely. And then I said I wanted it to be just less than 6 inches. So there's 6. So I'm coming in about 1/8. I might have to come in more, but we'll start off there. Right. So that's going to go like that. Just going to get stuck in there. So is that the right? By jingo. By jingo, I think that's correct. So let's stick that in then. Seems to have come up a little bit short, but that doesn't really matter. It's exactly 8. This must be slightly longer than 8, but it's fine. So I want my glue yeah, that looks lovely. Does it look better that way or that way? That way, I think. Okay, so I want my glue down this edge and then along both of these. So what did I say, along this edge? I'm just going to wipe the tip of my glue gun and then up both of these from just inside the fold mark all the way to the end on both sides. Lovely. Could you feel the concentration? So let's hold that up, pop that in. As I say, it's just a little bit less. So I hope it's catching the glue there. I have to glue that again if it didn't catch it. Fold. Oh no, didn't catch it at all. Not in the slightest. So I'm just going to have to come in a little bit here. And on that same on the top. So you do your workarounds as you have to. Don't feel bad about it. It just always happens that something doesn't go quite right. Right, I think that's okay there. So let's just make sure that everything's stuck down that needs to be stuck down, and nothing is stuck down that doesn't need to be stuck down. Right, so that should fold over there and should be, look at that. I'd say that's pretty darn near perfect. Good enough for me, anyway. So there we are, that's that. So let's just do this side, seeing as we're on this side. So I want a nice big ginger journal thing. There. That is so pretty, that one. Does it fit? Oh, it just does fit. I might use that one, I love it. Now I want to put a tag in the top of this. It's just going to be too narrow because I need to put it onto some burgundy card just to give it a bit of strength. I think that's too wide. Don't like them particularly. That one. That one would work. That's nice. That's nice. No. Oh, I like the platter. Let's hope it works. No. Tea service? No. Big bauble? Yes. Let's do the big bauble then. Seeing as we've got baubles there, it all sort of matches up. Right, so I'm going to do my trick with my burgundy paper. If I can find it. Here it is. I don't know where the bit is that I chopped the other bit out of. I could have... Is that it? No. I could have used that, but never mind, I'm using this. So I'm just going to stick that onto there, allowing a margin, and then I'm going to fussy cut it out. Okay, see when I've done that. Okay, so there we are. I've backed it onto the burgundy card, and it's nice and sturdy. And now I'm going to apply it to here. But I want a tag to go in it, and I've used this from the cut apart page, from this page here, but I'm going to actually trim it out to be that shape, the shape of the tag. So if you're not using this paper, no reason why you should be at all. If you're using your own, I'll measure this for you in a sec so that you can get the right measurement for your tag. Or you can make a tag, you know. I'm not suggesting for a moment you're incapable of making a tag. It's kind of what we do. Right. go. So it measures 3 3/4 by a touch over 2.5. And the idea is that I'm going to put that in there, stick that down, but only stick this part up here and then tuck that in there. That's the plan. So I just really want to do around the edges and just from there really. So let's make a start there. And it's not going to go down this far, but just do the bottom edge. And then I think it comes up to there. So let's stick that on. There. And leave that to dry for a second. We'll deal with this one. So it's got already a faux reinforcement. I backed it, as I said, in it. So what I'm going to do is cut out the centre of that printed hole like that. Get my, yeah, I know they're here somewhere. Come on, where are you? Oh my goodness. Oh. That's them. They're sitting under the blue roll because the blue roll hasn't got a proper place to be at the moment, so it's just on my desk. So let's just set that gold. I'm using gold because it's Christmas. So just set that. Lovely. And I'm going to use my twine, and I'm going to take off, more than I need, which is what I always do, and then fold it in half, pop the halved end through your eyelet, pull it through, pull these through as well, and then on one of these pieces of twine, I'm going to put a charm. It's about time we used a charm, isn't it? So I'll just open the small bag. That's all I can be dealing with. Let's see what we've got. Oh, I like that snowman. He's cute. There's candy canes, mittens, lots of reindeer. Oh, that's a nice big mitten. Oh, I like that stocking. That's the one. That's the one for me. And then I'm just going to pass that through from the back to the front. And quite small holes on these ones. Might have to just wet the end a little. Would help if I didn't shake quite so much, but what can you do? There we go, and press that up to the top there, and then just tie a bow as we would normally. There, so now we've got our charm, we've got a bow. Lovely. It's great. Right, so I just need to cut some of the length of my twine off, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of coral on my fingers just to stop this coming undone, twisting itself open sort of thing. So that's that one. And that's that one. So there we are, that's our nice little tag. And while we're at it, I think on the very front, on this one here, I'm going to put tag a little charm in the corner of that as well, I think. So I'll put that to one side. This one I need to make a hole. So about there, I think. I'm hopeless if I don't make a hole. If I don't make a hole, I go completely wonky. And you may think I'm completely wonky anyway. But wonkier. Right, so a little gold eyelet. So we will have 2 charms in this signature. I don't think we're going to put any more in because it starts to bulk it up ridiculously. But I do want to use those sleigh bells somewhere. So maybe we'll have a think about that. So that's that set there. So you can go back over there. Thank you. Twine. Fold it in half. Push the folded piece through from the front to the back. Pull your strings through. Pull that down like that. Perfect. Then on one of your legs, I generally choose the right one, I've no idea why. I'm going to stick another charm. What am I going to stick? That's quite nice, isn't it? A Christmas tree. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just going to dampen the end of that. It'll get cut off when we've made the bow. So don't worry. If you buy it, it won't be covered in my saliva. Be yuck. Come on. You know you want to go. Oh my goodness. There we go. Persistence pays off. So feed that up to there and then I'm just going to tie a bow in it. Like that, and pull my ears a bit shorter. There we go, lovely. Cut these ends off, which is the bit that I've slathered on. Nice image. And then I'm just going to tie the ends off again, you know, seal them off I should say. So just a little bit of glue on there, a little bit of glue on that one. Just roll them around in your finger and then they won't come undone. Lovely. So that's that. So slide that back into where it belongs. And you can just see the nice charm there. That's lovely. So let's put the additional charms away. I haven't got my nails done at the moment because frankly, what was the point? You know, when you're scrubbing and cleaning and whatever. It's not the time to have your nails manicured, is it really? And I don't think I'll be in a position to have them done for a little while yet because there's still work to be done. I'm just hiding out really in my craft room. Right, so that's that. Yes, everything's looking fine. Oh yeah, this is what we're doing. So that hopefully will just pop into there at a nice jaunty angle like that. So that's that done. Right, so we need a journaling card for there. So what am I going to use? Don't know. I've got that one. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, that's a remnant. It's a good size. Let's use that. So do I want the light side or the dark side? I've got some green already, haven't I? Yeah. But that's okay. I would get away with it like that, you know. Definitely would. So let's see, if I push that into there, let's see where I need to mark this. That's what I'm going to do. And then we still get to preserve a really good sized remnant. I'm obsessed with preserving remnants. I can't help it. I know that on a project like this, I've only got the papers I've got. So I have to use them sparingly and wisely. So yeah, that's perfect. That's lovely. So I'm just going to back that and round the corners. Okie cookie, I've made that. I've backed it and stenciled on it, and that will just slide in there beautifully. Yay! Lovely. So that's that. So that brings us to this page, and this page is the one with the flippy floppy on it. It's this one here. So let's get making. So the first thing to do is to make a pocket for along the bottom. What remnants do I have? I've got quite a few now actually. What's on the other side of the red stars? Is it? It's stripy, isn't it, I think? Oh, come on. Yeah, it's stripy. That's a contender. Let's just check out the other remnants, shall we? Oh, baubles. Yeah, they're a contender. Nothing else that I can see particularly. Let's get right down to the bottom of it. See what we've got. I've got stripy, that's stripy. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the one. Oh, hang on, I've got another piece of stripy. That one goes up the way, I like that one better. Okay. Right, so this I want to make gusseted. So it measures, let's see the size of the problem. It is just short of 6. So I want the pocket to be about 5.5. So I need to add an extra inch on. So when I crease it, it'll be okay. You'll see what I mean. Need to add an inch on for the gussets. So I've got a mark here on my Timmy trimmer that's 6.5. So I'm going to trim that there. And then what I'm going to do is score around it. And you've seen me do this. Those of you that have followed me for a while, firstly, thank you very much. And secondly, you've seen me do this so many times it's probably boring you into a stupor. So you just mark 1/2 inch around 3 sides, 1 long, 2 short. Whoops. Wave the fairies on that one. And up here, there we go. That's all of that we need. You don't need to put one in the top. If you're using more fragile paper, you might want to do the top as well to fold it over and give it a bit of stiffness. But this is fine. Now you just need to cut out those corners, and it's kind of hard seeing where they are. Go into the corner and then out, then into the corner and out. I'm trying to be tidy. I'm trying not to be like a slovenly pig like I was at the old house. I'm trying to pick up bits as I go. So fold these over. And there we have a pocket that's going to go on there like that. Marvellous. Right, so then we need the flippy floppy bit that comes over it. And I do know the paper I want for that. Just a mere matter of finding it. It's funny when you first start a project and you're not that familiar. That's it with the papers. This is a remnant from something we used earlier. I can't remember what. Oh yeah, that. And this wants to come all the way over. So I kind of want to use that bit if I can. Don't want it the same size as the pocket. That might be a good idea. It'll look neater. So I need to trim off a bit. And I need to trim it to there. So let's do that first. I think that's it. We'll keep that. You never know, do you? You never know. And then I need to get the length right. So if this is going there, which it is, and this is coming here, and I need 1/2 inch at the top to fold over to attach it. So I want this to come to about halfway down the pocket, so about there. So that measures 6 3/4. So let's just trim that off. There we go. And I'm just going to put a score mark at the top, 1/2 inch at the top. I don't know what's going on with my, up this end of my desk. It's a disaster. It's a disaster area. So measure at 1/2 inch there, and that's going to be the bit that's folded over to attach it to the page. So there we are, that's that. Whee. Right, so that's going there. I've got that bit of that pocket that's sticking out that's going to complicate matters, so what I'm going to do is cut it off. Remember, one piece was longer than the other. Well, it isn't now. Right, so that's going to go there, like that. This is going to come over the top. I'll show you how it's going to go. It's going to get stuck like that. And then when that's done, we need to put our game spinner on there. But you don't need to use a game spinner if you don't have one. You can just put a flappy piece of card and tuck that down into it, and that would work equally as well. So, right, let's work out where the game spinner's got to go. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? So on that, just up from the bottom, and that's going to be on the top there, like that. Get my game spinners out. I should have had one out already. They seem to come in 3 sizes: a small, medium and large, and it's the medium one I'm after, which is that one. So I want that about there. I want it in the centre about there, that high up, whatever whatever height that is. Let's have a look and see. From the bottom, that is an inch and a quarter. An inch and a quarter. So let's use this centering ruler to get it central. That's like a really good idea, isn't it? That's 2 3/4, and that's 2 3/4. My goodness, that is bang on. That mark that I made is bang on. Can you believe that? It's like too much to believe. Get your pokey tool out. I don't know where my mat is. Oh, I do, it's there. Poke through. And I'm going to push that all the way so I'll get a nice big hole. My game spinner. Oh, I know the other thing I needed out of there. It comes with little brads, the perfect sized brads. So I'll use one of those. Might need that colour actually. Seem to come in 3 colours as well, which is just to confuse you. There we go. Right, so I'm going to put this on here. Pop the brad through. Hold that in place. Fold it over and fold out the legs. Like so. And then you need to put something over that. Otherwise when you put something in it's going to catch on that. It's going to drive you bonkers. So I don't know. Oh, I've got some washi tape here. That would do. I can't see first off any masking tape, so this will do if I can never find the end. There it is. So I just want it over there. And I might actually put another piece on the opposite way. It's quite bulky. Then I'm going to get my bone folder and just press that down. So you do not want that coming up because that would be more of a problem than the blinking legs. So make sure you've got it pressed really firmly down. Yeah, that feels better, I think. There we go. So we've got our game spinner in position. Right, let's stick this pocket down. So the first thing I'm going to do is put glue on the bottom. And I'm going to use collal because I might have to move it to centre it. There we go, and get this centred on this page. Lovely. Open that out, make sure the glue hasn't oozed out. And just as I normally like to do, I'm just going to use a little bit of washi along the top there, because that itself can form a ridge. And that's what we don't want. So a little bit of glue first. Along there. It's only a merest hint because the washi is sticky. So just pop that along there to there, cut it off. Need to trim this end off because it's going to stick out a little bit, and we don't want that. You don't have to go to all this faff for your pockets. It's just, it really annoys me when I go to put something in a pocket and it doesn't want to go in. Right, so bone folder that down. Lovely. Then that's going to fold up there. And we will have ourselves a gusseted pocket. do both the side pieces. There you go. Hold those in place, fold it up and press them down. Lovely, so that's our pocket. That's fabulous. Let's try to make a run for it. So now we've got this piece that comes over the top. So we want it to be, that game spinner's just in the perfect place. That's great. And we all, we want it to match up with the pocket. So I'm going to make some little marks on the backing paper where I want this to go to. And it is actually just inside those. So now I'm going to put some colour on here just in case I've got to move it. There we go. And I just find it easier if I'm actually looking at the marks when I come to put it down. So just inside those marks and right up to the top. And just flop it down and make sure, yeah, that is right over that pocket. So I'm pleased about that. So fold that down. There we go. And I mean, that's not horrible. It doesn't look horrible to me. But I think I will just put some of my craft washi over it. Try and make sure the end is straight as I can. I'm not sure about that, but just over that, over the crease line. Come on, don't be awkward. Right, so I'll cut that there and then I'll see about cutting it square. Which should be fun. And then again not. So. Oh, I think this might look like a rat's chewed through it. Yeah, doesn't look great. With the big scissors. That's a little bit better. Got a little, that's it. Yeah, I think that's okay. Now this one. Yeah, that's all right. Phew. Oh my goodness me, the stresses and strains of journal making. So let's give that a good press down. There we are. If you've got pretty Christmas washi, it would look lovely there. Or even, a band of the papers that we're using would look nice. That looks fine, I'm alright with that. Next. Right, so it's coming along nicely. I'm just going to round these bottom corners of our flip up thingy. And this one. There we go. And when you flip this up, we've got this. And I don't really want to put pockets on it. I'm going to put pockets on the front. So I'm just going to put one of my ginger cutout fussy cuts on it. Not sure what yet, but we'll see. They might be quite nice, mightn't they? Just because I use them once doesn't mean to say I can't use them again. I can just go and print some more out. I love that sort of dinner, Christmas dinner setting. It's gorgeous. I'm going to use that. So it's just a case of sticking it and popping it on. Right, so I spared you the time of watching me do that. It's stuck on there now. And the only thing we need to do now is make a little book to go in here. Is that right? No, we need to make a pocket to go on there. So, which bit do I want to make a pocket out of? This bit maybe. And I want it to be about... Let's have a look. Let's see. I want it to be about... Let's measure the other one, see what it measures. Yeah, it's about 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Yeah, that looks alright to me. So let's just cut a strip off here at 2 3/4. Which is a remnant piece from the belly band, so I don't think it matters which end I use particularly. That's 3, that's 2 3/4. And I'd like it to measure, I like the sound better, so I'm going to go there. I want it to just come in from the side, so about there. That's lovely, trim that off. Perfect. Now, I want to make this angled. And I want it angled. This is arbitrary. About there, where that says North Pole tracking, to about there. Let's just make a mark there that we can see. And then go to our chopper, put one of the marks in, that one there, and then I want to come down to North Pole traffic. There we have a little angled pocket. It's not dramatically angled, but it's angled enough. And I'm going to round these 2 corners off because it's going to sit against them, and it'll not look nice if it's not rounded. There we are, so that's going to sit there. As you can see, that it needs to be rounded. So that can get glued down, I believe. I don't think I need to do anything else to that. Nope, let's glue that down. I think this is going to be like the longest video in all of the world. I think maybe in the future I need to split up the signatures a bit. So I'll stick that where it's going to go. Goes about there. just get my Timmy towel. Because that's a bit of, we've got a bit of ooze. We've got an ooze situation. There we go. I just want a couple of little tags to go in there. So I'll come back to this piece and any others that I've chopped off already. Chop those out. Those are all bigger ones. So I've got these two. And I can't see why I just can't use them, actually. One there. And one there. That would be fine, I think. That would be perfect. So, I think I probably need something on them though. They're just a little bit plain. So I think I'll use, what shall I use? I've got these little ones here from Screech Owl. I've got the bows. The bows look nice, don't they? Don't know which way that goes, that way. Yeah, I'm going to use the bows. I've got my beautiful blue tip one. But no, I'm going to use the bows. The signature's got quite a lot of bows in it, so I'm going to stick with that theme. And just glue those into position. Oh, you can hear it, I know you can. The concentration. What I can't hear is any more sawing or chopping or anything. So I don't know if that means it's down tools time or if it's all gone swimmingly well. Who knows? So I'm just going to stick that on there, like that. And then this one. Really makes a difference, doesn't it? That bow on that tag just elevates it. Elevates it, yes. I think I'm going to have to fussy cut some more bows out. I did print them all and there's, oh my goodness, there's loads. That kind of goes with that because it's got that same sort of colour in it, so I think we're all right. Let's get the Timmy towel into action and just press that down. Lovely. So they are going to go into that. Like that, and like that. Lovely, that's lovely. So we're all kind of finished apart from putting something in this pocket. And what I've decided to do is put a little notebook in there. I just really want to make sure that there's enough journaling going on. How many sheets of that have I got here? 2, I think. Don't think that's enough. Let's get some more out. Let's get another couple out. We'll use 4 sheets. It is only thin paper, this, just copier paper. So let's see the size of the problem. Oh, not that one, that's the old one. This is the one we're working on. So, to fit comfortably into that pocket, it would need to be 4.5 inches. 4.5. So that means that my cover will be 9 inches by 7. So my cover's going to be 9 by 7. Let's do that first before I confuse myself with anything else. 9 by 7. So what am I going to use for the cover? What did I use in the last one? I'll have a quick peek. Green spotty. Quite like that Merry Christmas. That's nice, that is. Yeah, I'm going to use that. So I want it 9 by 7. And 9 is the width, 7 is the height. So let's cut this off at 7 inches first off. Seven. Get out of my way, everybody. Out, out, out. Thank you. 7. Yeah, lovely. And then I want it 9 this way. So measure that to 9. And there we have the cover of our journal, little notebook. So the papers then that I'm putting inside need to measure, that was 9, so 8 1/4 by 6 3/4, 9 inches, 8 3/4. The thing is 9, and I want the papers to be a little bit less, so I'm going to make them 8 1/2. 8 1/2 wide. And the thing is 7 high, so I'm going to make them 6 1/2. Well, yeah, a little bit over 6 1/2. And hopefully when they're folded up, they're going to fit inside the cover. Time will tell. Right, so let's fold this over into the book cover. There we go. And let's fold one of these up and hopefully it will fit inside there. That would be excellent if it did. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. What went wrong there then? I do not know. So fold each of these into pages. So we've got 4 sheets of paper, so we will have, is that 16 sides, I think? They're a good size though. It's a handy little journal. You could include coffee, stained paper, music paper, anything you want. I'm keeping this fairly low key really. It's a low key journal. So there we are. That's going to go into there. Isn't that going to all fit? Oh yes. It's like magic, I tell you. Right, now we need to sew that in. And I'm not exactly sure where my sewing in needle is. So I'm going to have to use one out of this kit. I want one with a biggish eye. I don't know if they've all got the same size eyes. That looks quite large. Let's use that. Let's Put them back in there because I don't want to lose them. And I'm just going to use my regular old crochet cotton, assuming of course that I can get it through the eye of the needle. Which I'm hoping I can. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Marvellous. Right, so I'm sorry for you guys that's watched me do this a gazillion times before. Easily a gazillion, if not more. I'm just going to get my bit of yoga mat, put it down on my desk. I know it's a glass mat, I know, but you know, it's just force of habit. Get a couple of clips out, which are way over here. Make sure that's in the same height, top and bottom, right into the corner. Clip it one side, clip it the other side. I bet even you lot could make these in your sleep by now. Get your pokey tool out and aim for sort of halfway. Go all the way through. Then maybe an inch or so from the bottom. Fold your book over and push it through, and by folding it over you ensure that it comes out right on that spine. So fold it over and push it through, there you go. And then you take your needle from the inside to the outside through the middle hole. And if you want to you can clip that string, but I think we'll be alright. Then from the outside to the inside through the bottom hole, all the way up to the top hole where you come out, and then through the centre hole. Back in like that. And you want one side, that's alright, take my needle out, one side of this, the thread to be on, there's the long stitch, and I want one end on each side of that, and then just give it a bit of a pull. That's what you're aiming for, that sound, which means they're nice and tight, so it's not going to be flippy floppy. What sort of knot that was, but it didn't kind of work. So it's just a right over left, left over right type issue. Cut the ends off. How quick is that? How quick is a notebook to make? Very, actually. Lovely. Take your clips off. And there we have our little journal. Lying nice and flat. And if you just take your this and just go over the holes, it sort of makes them go in a little bit, so they're not, well, it usually does. On this occasion it's not. There we go, that's fine. And I just want one of the ginger journals things to put on the front of this. Yeah, here we go again. You know them all by heart now, don't you? Oh, quite like that. Yeah, I like that. Santa's cookies and milk. For when he comes down the chimney, it's given him the strength to get back up and get on delivering toys to boys and girls. The boys and girls who are on the nice list, that is. If you're on the naughty list, you have to wait and see how generous he's feeling. There we go. So, about there I would say. I think that looks really nice. Yeah. Yeah, I do actually. I like the look of that. Let's get the Timmy towel out. There we are. So let's pop that in our, actually let's put the needle away, let's do things properly. So it's there for the next time that I need it. So let's pop this in our journal, in our signature. So that goes up, that goes into there perfectly. That's spooky, what a good fit that is. That comes down, the game spinner goes over the top just to keep it in place. That folds over, and heidi-hody, we have ourselves a signature. That was a bit of a mammoth one, wasn't it? I will split the next one up, I promise you, because that's just too long to concentrate on, really. So now I'm off to see what Mr. F's been up to, see what the house looks like. Yikes. And I'll see you really soon. Thanks for joining me. Oh, and I must say before I go, thank you to everybody who has donated through Ko-fi or directly to my PayPal with wonderful financial gifts. They really have come in handy. I've used them for all sorts of things, mostly to do with crafting, because I guess that's what you were hoping for. You know, just all this stuff that goes on to produce a blinking video. Anyway, thank you very, very much. We really are grateful. So I'll see you soon. See you in a couple of days or so with the next signature. And in the meantime, be good. Thanks for joining me. Bye.